My brother have been the number 2 round, everyone.
This is the first round. What's wrong, man? First round.
Brother is big and I'm the king, everyone.
Brother, you're not having coach.
Yeah, 1
versus 1. Yeah, guys. No! Look at those people. Look at that.
Everyone, you're having the same number of
Hey guys, I'm back. Why are you playing some games on my phone?
play Roblox. What is it? My brother's better than me over here. My brother's better than me over here. I'm better than Magic Man. Ha 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 ha. I feel like I'm talking from a Magic Man. I do magic to kill you. I do magic to kill you. Step up there, man. Come over I left you there, bro. Let's see what you choose. What you choose to do. Come on. Well, what are you gonna do about it, huh? Yeah. What did you choose? Come on, you crazy. Yes, everyone. Come on, you know. Yes, I'm going to after this game, I'm going to watch some scary videos. This is the main game. Yes, I'm like a fighting game. You can upload fighting game. Fighting game is the best game.
Das ist Ethan P. Bradley, Hollywood-Star und Klimaaktivist. Seine minimalistische 40-Zimmer-Villa absorbiert mehr CO2, als sie ausstößt. Aber auch wenn Sie nicht Ethan P. Bradley sind, können Sie ganz einfach in die Zukunft unseres Planeten investieren.
Wie Sie Ihr Zuhause energieeffizient sanieren, finden wir zusammen heraus.
Weil es um mehr als Geld geht. Sparkasse.
So this is the new video we're doing. How are the friends? Well, if I have some friends, yeah, we watch the video. You know what? You guys are friends, yeah? And my brother's my favorite brother too. Subscribe, then we collab with us on YouTube, and then $100. Oh, guys! Some guys are going to find out how to do a free giving something. I'm going to be giving a very a gift. But all you have to do is just like to subscribe. And then this is but I need to find out how to do only one of these is funny. No! I'm going to press this video. Guys, look! It's a Godzilla! No, sorry, it's amazing. Amazing. I got to have 10 points. If I have 10 points, we play. What do we do? And the game and the magic and person. We're not doing that to what the heck? No! You sound now?
und Klimaaktivist. Seine minimalistische 40-Zimmer-Villa absorbiert mehr.
Yo guys, been chilling, me have mama chicken, been chilling. Hey guys, I know how we say hello in Chinese and Japan. We have, I'm not Chinese. Come over here, bro. Yeah, it's a didn't work. What the Last time. Okay. Hey guys, I promise it's a promise. After my brother goes videos, man. So I win. 80% of people is watching my video. Yeah, it's a sip. So it's good. Everyone, peace out, everyone. No. I'm going away.
Hey, I want you to.
I'm just joking. I just see. I'm going to be, me and my brother. I'm going to be quiet. Okay. We're going to watch IMR. No, we're going to watch. Okay. We're going to watch some scary videos. Sorry. How many should we watch? Alright, let's watch one full video and then we go. Okay. We're going to watch some true scary animations. On everyone, can you please be quiet, and I will be quiet. No. Don't say that to our fans, bro. I think this video has been chilling, yeah?
Monthly I visit that place to keep a check, but I always went in the mornings.
Hurry! one.
Sit down, Arnold. I want to discuss a new article about a place that you have to visit. What is this place, sir? It's an estate belonging to a man named Charles Moore in Transylvania.
Don't forget to like this.
He lives there alone. After his elder brother John Moore's death, he inherited the estate. They have a small bungalow which happened to be John's residence, but no one goes there anymore. Not even Charles Moore. People claim the bungalow to be haunted. Why? What happened there?
Why don't you do that in my own YouTube channel too?
John Moore shot himself inside that bungalow.
Why did you go do it now? I can wait. I'm gonna come out the tree and you better do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Locals say it is haunted by his spirit. I want you to write an article about it based on your own experience. So, are you up for it? Of course. Next week on a sunny day, I finally started the journey. When I came out of the airport of Tigru-Mures, I saw a man standing at the gate. He came to me with a big smile on his face. He was dressed in a driver's costume. Welcome, sir. Mr. Moore is waiting for you at the estate. Please, come with me.
Now look at his head.
I got inside the car and lit a smoke. What is your name, mister? I am Caraway, sir. You can address me as Caraway. Please, be comfortable. We will reach Transylvania within 2 hours and 25 minutes, max. We were driving amidst the city, but I was waiting to witness the deep woods. As the dawn started to arrive, I could feel the chilly wind passing by. Caraway was right. It took nearly 2 hours to reach Transylvania. The entire setting and landscape took me to the Victorian age, when Gothic culture made its first impression. After traveling through winding roads surrounded by forest and mountains, we finally reached the castle. It already got dark by then. I looked at my watch and saw it was 5:30 p.m. But this was Transylvania, the land of mysteries, no doubt. A tall, bearded man was standing near the large wooden door of the castle. He was smoking a pipe. The fine smell of his fresh, burning tobacco was roaming in the air. Caraway stopped the car right in front of him. I got down and the man came towards me to greet me. Welcome, Mr. Smith. I am Charles Moore, the owner of the estate and your host. It's an honor to be your guest, Mr. Moore. Please, call me Arnold. The castle ground was huge. The large hallways and corridors were filled with vast oil paintings and expensive antiques. I went to the living room with Charles. We sat down and another servant poured us wine. The dinner will be served soon. I have arranged the guest bedroom for you to stay. Make yourself at home, Arnold. I thanked him for his hospitality. Due to the long journey, I was already feeling tired. I decided to go straight to my room after dinner and propose my ideas to Charles the next morning with a refreshed mind. I have never seen so many delicious dishes on a table before. The dining hall was enough to treat anyone like a king. Roasted pork, barbecue chicken, porridge, freshly baked bread, various kinds of salads, fish, and desserts, all that one can name, was served at the dinner. And each of them tasted heavenly. I was really hungry, so I ate all I could. Charles was an appreciator of good food too. He ate a lot as well. After dinner, I thanked him again for having me here and went to my room. The room is unique on its own. There was a soft white bed, a couch near the glass window that gave me a view of the hills. The fireplace kept the room warm enough. I changed into my pajamas and dived into the soft bed. Sleep rushed to my eyes without any hesitation. The next morning when I woke up, it took me some time to figure out I am not in my small, messy house. I got down and opened the windows of my room. The view of the steep valley, surrounded by tall mountains, dazzled my eyes. A servant came to inform me Charles is waiting for me at the lounge. They had served breakfast as well. When I went there, I saw Charles having tea and a cigar. I hope you slept well, Arnold. I slept amazing. This place is so calm and quiet, free from all the hustle and bustles of the city. Can't agree more. But if you start living here, you might get paranoid of the silence. So, ask me whatever you want for your article. I munched on a buttered toast and said, my first question is, what happened in that forest bungalow of yours? Is it haunted? Well, I haven't seen anything, but the locals say that they have heard heavy footsteps inside the bungalow at night, as if someone is residing there. After my brother's death, I have stopped going there. Monthly I visit that place to keep a check, but I always went in the mornings. Never felt the need to go there after sundown. If you don't mind me asking, Charles, how did your brother die? It's a sad accident. My brother John lost his mind before his death. I don't know the reason for it, but he became mentally unstable. I tried to take him to the doctor, but he locked himself up in that bungalow. He spent all his time there alone, in those woods. One morning I sent Caraway to check on him, as he didn't come to visit me in a while. Caraway came back with the shocking news of his suicide. He shot himself 3 nights earlier, and none of us knew. He used to get so mad if anyone intruded in his life. We all had to give him his needed space. No one dared argue with him. He was a difficult man with a troubled mind. I still regret not being able to be there for him. I'm sorry for making you relive those memories. My apologies. No, it's fine. I understand. I wanted to ask for your permission, Charles. My permission for what? I want to stay in that bungalow tonight. It will help me prepare for my article, you know.
Gereizte Augen? Da hilft Hydromed Red. Ob bei Chlor, Zugluft oder Klimaanlage.
Only if you're okay with that. Well, there's no reason for me not to let you stay there, because no harm took place in that bungalow till now. The matter got settled. I did a bit of sightseeing after breakfast. I had to reach the bungalow before dawn, as everyone is scared to step there after dark. Caraway and one other servant were keeping my briefcase and some arrangements in the car. It was offered by Charles Moore for dinner. I paid my gratitude and left for my thrilling adventure. I can assure you I got 10 times more thrill than I expected. On my way, I asked Caraway. Mr. Moore told me you were the first person to Sir Mr. John's dead body, right? Yes, sir. That was a horrible scene. Sir John was lying on his chair, arms stretched on both sides, with his bloody face up. Blood was all over his face, clothes. His brains were gushing out, and the revolver was lying on the ground. God, what a horrible scene. Caraway closed his eyes in horror. I didn't ask him anything more because the fog started taking over already. When we reached the bungalow, the howling of wild animals mixed with the chirping crickets created an ultimate setting for a horror movie. Take care of yourself, sir. I will come and pick you up in the morning. Caraway left. I stood in the doorway watching him driving away and then disappearing in the fog. I got inside. Moonlight was flooding all over the bungalow. I went straight to Sir John's cabin and got comfortable there. I sat in front of the window in a chair. I could see the wide, dark valley and the clear night sky. I lit up a cigar, and in the flash of light, my eyes went to a table on the other side of the wall. There was a wooden chair along with it. I guess this was the same chair where Mr. John Moore shot himself. Can't lie, but goosebumps appeared on my skin. Time went by, but nothing supernatural happened. I realized all these rumors were just rumors. I closed my eyes hopelessly. Don't exactly remember the time, but it was definitely past midnight. The entire place was in dead silence. Just then, I heard footsteps in the corridor. Someone was walking outside this room. I didn't turn on the light of this room, so the moonlight was my only way to see things around. The room door was slightly open. Suddenly, those footsteps started to come closer. Within a few seconds, I saw a man came near the door. I couldn't see his face. I asked, "Who's there?" "How dare you question me in my house?" "I'm sorry, Sir John. I didn't expect you would come." I was terrified, scared, but still, I kept my calm because I wanted to know the truth. Calm and quiet. I am happy here. I don't blame anyone for my... Oh, my God. Who is that? I got up and walked towards the door, saying, "Charles, is that you? What are you doing?" But before I could complete my sentence, I saw Charles shivering, standing there. He was looking behind me, and his face was turning pale. I followed his eyes and saw a man with a smeared, bloody face standing near the window. His brains were gushing out. His left eye was hanging on his face. He spoke in a demonic voice. "You murderer! You liar! You drugged me for days and told people I was going mad. But you wanted the family wealth real fast, which is why you couldn't stop your greed. I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to kill you. I agree. I made it look like suicide, but please forgive me. Please let me go. No. That night, you sneaked into this cabin while I was unconscious with your pills. You placed me on the chair and shot me in the head. And then you washed off your crime. You made it look like a suicide. You bloody murderer. I was waiting for you to come here once. Who will save you now, Charles?" Charles screamed and tried to run, but in front of my eyes, something lifted him in the air and threw him roughly on the floor. His head got hurt. It started to bleed. He was screaming and screaming while an unknown force kept bashing him on the head hard on the floor until his brains came out. I sat down on the floor, shocked and speechless. Charles' body trembled a few times, then became lifeless. I looked at the ghost of John Moore. He said in a demonic voice, "I hope you will tell the truth," and then vanished into thin air. I had to face the cops for the inquiry, but I secretly recorded the entire conversation of that night. Even though there was no record of Sir John's voice, the confession of Charles set me free. But no one could have guessed how he died so horribly. The cops are still investigating, but I think Sir John's spirit is not there anymore. After all, he got the vengeance he wanted.
Also es gibt ja ja jetzt den Volkseinkommensschutz und der ist wirklich im wahrsten Sinne fürs ganze Volk. Ich glaube, den kann man sogar auch schon ab 10 Jahren abschließen, damit...
Before starting the story, I would suggest you guys to go subscribe to the channel. It turns out that most of you guys who watch me aren't actually subscribed. So, if you like the content and want to support the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell. It's free, and you can always change your mind later.
I recently took a job in a tea garden. I'm a 28-year-old male. I had to shift to this small hill station to work as a tea estate manager. My mom was worried, as I will be living completely alone. That too in a faraway hill station, but I always enjoyed being alone. I had a girlfriend, but we broke up a few years back. Since then, I have preferred being single until I really met someone interesting. So, back to the story. One Sunday morning, I reached the tea garden. Another employee named Mr. Duff showed me the entire area and took me to the bungalow where I will be staying. The bungalow was on the top of a hill. There was nothing around the house except for huge mountains and steep valleys. The view from my bedroom window was breathtaking. I used to roam around the tea estate and look after the production and the works there. The daytimes were busy enough, but the nights were filled with silence. Except for the blowing of the winds and the chirping of crickets, there was not a single sound after the sun was set. The first week went without any trouble, and I started enjoying my life in solitude. But suddenly things took a different turn. One night, I woke up hearing someone humming in a low voice. I tried to hear carefully. It was a woman's voice. A woman was humming a weird tune somewhere near the bungalow. The sound was coming from outside, so there's nothing much I could do about it. I thought it might be some village girl, but it felt odd that she is awake and roaming in the hills during midnight. I ignored it and went back to sleep. The next day, I finished my work early and decided to head back to finish some important paperwork. I started walking towards the exit gate of the garden. Mr. Duff accompanied me on my way. As we walked between the tea garden, I asked, "Is there any village nearby the bungalow, Mr. Duff?" He looked at me with a confused face and said, "No, no one lives here near the bungalow. But why do you ask?" I said, "Nothing. It's just last night a girl was singing in the valley. I could hear her from my bedroom. Not actually singing, rather humming a very mysterious tune." Mr. Duff suddenly became a bit awkward and said, "Well, you must have heard the night owl, or some other animal howling. In hills, sound echoes a lot. I'm sure it was nothing." He didn't speak the rest of the way, and I returned home with a curious feeling in my heart. That night after dinner, I decided if I hear the humming tune tonight, I will come out of the house and see for myself. I did as planned. Around 2 a.m., the humming tune and the same female voice took place. I tiptoed to the bedroom balcony. The chilly wind and fog were all over the valley. As far as my eyes went, I could only see huge mountains and the pale moonlight flooding all over the valley. Suddenly, something caught my eye. As I turned towards the gate of the bungalow, I saw a village girl standing near it. She was looking directly at me and smiling. There was something in her smile that made my senses numb. I don't know how long I stood there staring at her. She hummed the tune again and started to call me, gesturing her hand. I asked in a loud voice, "Hello? Do you need any help? Are you all right?" She didn't say anything, just stood there and smiled. I could tell she was extremely beautiful, but something about her appearance made her appear like a mystery. Her long hairs were floating in the wind. She again called me, and this time I couldn't resist anymore. I came out of the house, opened the gate. The girl was now standing at 10 to 15 hands distance from me. I was feeling very cold, but something kept telling me in my ears that I need to follow her. The girl chuckled, and her laugh echoed in the entire valley. She then said, "I am lost. I am trying to find my way in the dark. Can you help me?" There was no way I could say no to her, so I just nodded my head. She again said in her crystal clear voice, "My house is down the valley. I am scared to go alone. Would you accompany me there?" I don't know what happened, but before I could say yes, my legs started to walk on their own. The girl was walking in front of me while humming her magical tune, and I followed her like a child with an empty mind. The way she walked, it felt like she was almost floating in the air. Her feet didn't touch the ground once. We were going on like this when she stopped humming, and suddenly my eyes went ahead. My blood rushed to my face as I discovered she is walking towards the steep edge of the valley. Not just that, she was pulling me with her supernatural power all this way. I realized if I keep following her like this, my body will fall from this 1,000-foot drop into the valley, and no one will ever find a single trace of me. I said in a panicked voice, Where are you taking me?" She suddenly stopped and turned around. Her pretty face is now the face of a demon. Her eyes were coming out, and the skin on her face was rotten, and bones were visible underneath. She started to laugh in her demonic voice and grasped my hand. I started to scream and free myself from her grasp, but she kept pulling me towards the edge. I realized my end was near, and we were almost at the edge, when someone pulled my collar from the other side. As I started to faint out of the shock, I saw my fading eyes. It was Mr. Duff. A day later, I regained my consciousness. Mr. Duff was sitting near my bed, and a doctor was checking my pulse. Mr. Duff told me, "This place is cursed. A long time back, the village girl committed suicide from the mountain edge near the bungalow. Since then, her spirit haunts this place and tries to lure men down the valley. I thought you might fall into her trap, so I came to your bungalow last night. I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner. I didn't say a single word to him. Just waited to get better and then left the job immediately. I am never going back to the Haunted Reaper ever again, but her fairy-like tune still echoes in my ears at night."
Le Non-Unstoppables für den extra lang anhaltenden Frische-Kick.
J'ai pensé à des plats d'exception. Afin de les réaliser, j'ai demandé à 5 passionnés d'aller à la rencontre de mes producteurs. Ils rempliront une malle culinaire de produits qu'ils rapporteront au St. James pour faire de nos assiettes quelque chose d'unique. C'est le moment d'embarquer ensemble pour ce voyage DS Automobile.
Daisy was driving amidst the storm. Huge lightning and heavy wind made it hard to drive properly. The raindrops bolted on her car like heavy rocks. Daisy said to herself, "Damn it, I should have listened to my friends." Daisy went to
No! Go back.
My name's Rob.
Go back. Ayun na.
went to a party at one of her friend's house. Despite living far away, she decided to head home.
Her friend Tina told her that it would be better if she stays back. There's a storm coming. But Daisy didn't listen. The rain grew heavier, and it became almost impossible to see the road ahead. A flash of lightning took place in front of her car. Daisy pressed the brakes so hard that the car stopped, making a loud screeching noise. She checked her phone, but there was no network to call for help. She felt very helpless in the middle of nowhere. Suddenly, her eyes went to the left side. With another stroke of lightning, she saw a small house standing at some distance. She came out of the car and ran towards the house. Daisy was adamant because this was her only chance to survive the night. Panting and breathing heavily, she reached the house and knocked on the door. "Anyone here? Please open the door." She could hear footsteps coming from the house. She knocked again. "Hey, please help me. I'm lost. Please open the door." With a loud creaking sound, the door finally opened. A white-bearded old man opened the door. The man stared at Daisy with creepy big eyes and said, "What do you want?" Daisy replied, "I have lost my way. Do you have a phone so that I can call someone for help?" The man said, "There's a phone in the living room, but I don't think it will work now. Whenever there's a storm, the phone lines get dead here." The man moved away, and Daisy entered the house. It was a small wooden house with no electricity. There were candles everywhere. The ambience in the house spooked Daisy a bit. She walked towards the telephone and picked it up to dial Tina's number. No matter how many times she tried, the line remained engaged. The man said, "If you want, you can wait for her until the storm stops. Then you can drive back. This road goes back up to the nearest town." Daisy smiled awkwardly and said, "Okay, thank you." The man gave her a cloth to wipe her hair, then offered her a glass of wine. Daisy sat near the fireplace. She was feeling chilly. She looked around to see the house more clearly. She then asked the man, "I'm Daisy, and you are?" The man replied in a serious voice, "I am Joe. People call me Dead Joe." Daisy's eyes widened in fear. She said in a hesitant voice, "What? Why do people call you that?" Joe replied, "When someone dies in the town nearby, they bring the body to my house. Did you see the vast field behind my house? That's our local graveyard. I am in charge of burying the dead here. This has been my family business." Daisy got up in fear and said, "What? You keep dead bodies in your house?" Joe started to laugh hysterically. Daisy said, I'm going to leave now. The storm has stopped." She went towards the main door to leave, just when Joe grasped her hand tightly. Daisy looked back at him and saw his eyes had turned white. There were no pupils inside of them. Daisy screamed and said, "Let me go! Please! Leave my hand!" Joe got close to Daisy's face and said, "They are coming. They all can't help but see me every night. They used to scare me before, but now I like their company. Look, there they are." Joe pointed out through the window. What Daisy saw made her stomach drop in horror. There were black shadows outside. They were coming towards the house while floating in the air. Their whispering voices made her ears numb. Daisy screamed and pushed Joe away. Joe kept laughing like a maniac. The shadows started to cry, scream, and laugh. It was as as if a group of demons were coming to suck every drop of blood from Daisy's body. Daisy could see their glowing red eyes and sharp teeth. The shadows were rushing towards the house. Daisy opened the door and rushed towards her car. She got into the car and locked the door. The shadows kept laughing. Their laughter made Daisy realize what hell felt like. She looked at the door for one last time and saw a rotten corpse was standing there, waving her goodbye. It was wearing Joe's clothes. She started the engine and drove full speed to the same direction where she was coming from. A week later, she finally got the courage to tell Tina about the house and that vicious night. But what Tina said shook Daisy from the inside. Many years back, a guy named Joe used to live in the town outskirts. He ran a funeral home. He often claimed that he could see dead people. Everyone in the town thought he had lost his mind from being amongst the dead for so long. One morning, a woman was coming from the road near his house. She smelled a disgusting smell all around the area. After following the smell, she found out it was coming from Joe's house. The main door was locked from the inside, so she came back to town and told everyone about the weird encounter. The town people broke down the main door of Joe's house and got in. They found Joe's rotten dead body lying on the floor, and what was even more terrifying than that was his eyes. They were all white, as if there were no pupils inside of them. The local doctor thought he saw something horrifying and died from a heart attack. No one knows what he saw or what exactly happened to him. But still, when someone goes in front of that house at night, they can still hear Joe's laughter and weird whispers coming from the house.
Vorsorge bedeutet für mich grundsätzlich an morgen zu denken. Ich kann das heute nur wirklich erleben, wenn ich auch hin und wieder mal an das Morgen denke. Und ich glaube, so geht es vielen Menschen.
Now that video was long and scary, guys. Sorry. This is my cat. Ooh. Meow. Don't forget to like meow. My name is and I love you, fans. Bye. Wait, guys. Bye. Meow. Oh, isn't she cute? Okay. Bye, guys.